Over 60? These vegetables raise your stroke risk overnight. It sounds unbelievable, doesn't it? Because all your life, you've been told that vegetables are the healthiest food on earth. But what if some of the vegetables you eat every day could silently make your blood thicker, increase your blood pressure, and, well, trigger a stroke while you sleep? This is what doctors and researchers are now warning, especially for seniors over 60. Let's start with a fact that most people ignore. Not all vegetables are safe for everyone, especially when your body starts aging, your metabolism changes, your arteries stiffen, and your blood circulation slows down. What was once healthy at 30 can become dangerous at 60. Doctors say it's not about the vegetables themselves, but how your body reacts to their nutrients when combined with your medications and age-related changes. The human brain needs constant blood flow to function. A stroke happens when that flow is suddenly blocked or interrupted. It can happen in seconds. One clot, one thickened artery, and your brain cells begin to die. What's shocking is that the food you eat every evening can influence how your blood behaves during the night. Some vegetables contain natural chemicals that can interfere with how your blood thins, clots, or circulates. For a young person, this may not cause harm. But for someone over 60, taking medications for heart, blood pressure, or diabetes, it can be a dangerous mix. Let's talk about one of the most surprising culprits, leafy greens, especially spinach, kale, beet greens, and collard greens. They're loaded with nutrients like vitamin K, which is essential for blood clotting. But here's the catch. Vitamin K directly affects how your blood interacts with medications like warfarin, Coumadin, and other blood thinners. When vitamin K levels spike from foods like spinach or kale, it can cancel out the effect of your medication. Your blood becomes thicker overnight, increasing your risk of a clot or stroke. Doctors at Harvard Medical School have explained that maintaining consistent vitamin K levels is crucial for people on blood thinners. A sudden increase, such as from a big salad bowl filled with kale and spinach, can make the blood too thick. On the other hand, too little vitamin K can make your blood too thin, leading to bleeding. It's all about balance, and honestly, most seniors have no idea this balance even exists. Now, imagine this common scenario. You decide to eat a healthy dinner, maybe a bowl of spinach soup or beet salad before bed. You feel good, thinking you made a heart-healthy choice, but your blood thinner is already working in your body. You just added a high dose of vitamin K and nitrates that will change how that drug behaves overnight. While you sleep, your blood's clotting ability may rise slightly, just enough to form small clots in your arteries. You wake up feeling dizzy with a headache or maybe numbness in your arm, early signs that your blood circulation has been disturbed. Another overlooked vegetable is beetroot. It's famous for lowering blood pressure and improving endurance. But studies show that beetroot contains nitrates, which convert into nitric oxide in your body. In a healthy system, that's a good thing. It relaxes your blood vessels. But in older adults, where arteries are already hardened, high nitrate intake at night can cause unstable blood pressure changes. This sudden fluctuation can lead to reduced oxygen supply in the brain, triggering what doctors call a transient ischemic attack or mini-stroke. In 2022, a clinical study published in the Journal of Clinical Nutrition warned that while nitrate-rich vegetables like beets and spinach have benefits, they can also become risky when combined with high medication use or impaired kidney function. Two common problems in seniors. When the kidneys can't filter waste efficiently, excess nitrates and oxalates accumulate, causing more oxidative stress in the bloodstream. Over time, this damages artery walls, leading to plaque buildup. Tutumashati. Manse Olarasiashir. Strokes and heart attacks. And this brings us to another dangerous compound many seniors overlook: oxalates. Oxalates are naturally found in foods like spinach, beet greens, Swiss chard, and sweet potatoes. They bind with calcium in your body to form crystals. In small amounts, this is fine. But if your kidneys are weak, these oxalates can build up, forming calcium oxalate crystals. They not only contribute to kidney stones, but can also promote microclots in blood vessels. Doctors at the Mayo Clinic warn that oxalate overload increases oxidative stress, inflammation, and vascular calcification, all major stroke triggers. So how does this all come together? Let's connect the dots. You're over 60, your arteries are less flexible, you may be taking medications for cholesterol, blood pressure, or diabetes. You eat what you think is a healthy plant-based dinner. Spinach, kale, beetroot, maybe broccoli. These vegetables are rich in vitamin K, nitrates, and oxalates. Your medications are also working inside your body, regulating blood pressure and clotting. But the sudden mix of nutrients interacts differently now. Your blood may thicken, your arteries may constrict, your kidneys may struggle to filter. And while you're asleep, your brain's oxygen flow can drop, leading to dizziness, blurred vision, or, in the worst case, a full stroke. Many doctors see this pattern often, but, they rarely connect it directly to food because strokes are just so complex. However, a 2019 study by the American Stroke Association found a strong link between inconsistent vitamin K intake and increased risk of ischemic strokes among elderly patients on anticoagulant drugs. The key issue wasn't just medication, it was really diet fluctuation. When seniors drastically changed what vegetables they ate each week, their stroke risk went up significantly. But this doesn't mean you should stop eating vegetables. The problem isn't the food, it's the lack of awareness. Many seniors think the more greens, the better. But after 60, your diet has to be more strategic. Every vegetable contains powerful nutrients, but in excess or imbalance, those nutrients can behave like drugs. And when combined with prescription medications, they can turn from medicine into poison overnight. Even certain cruciferous vegetables like broccoli and Brussels sprouts, which are usually considered healthy, can be a problem in excess. They're high in vitamin K too, and when eaten in large amounts by someone on anticoagulants, they can affect INR levels. That's the measure doctors use to check blood thickness. Sudden dietary changes can send INR out of range, increasing stroke risk. Now here's something that shocks most people. Your body actually processes vegetable nutrients differently at night. Digestion slows down, and your liver gets busy working to metabolize toxins and drugs. So, eating heavy nitrate or vitamin K-rich vegetables before bed can really overload your system when it's least active. That's why, believe it or not, many stroke cases happen early in the morning, between 4 and 7 a.m. During that time, blood flow slows, and the brain's oxygen levels drop. Add the impact of certain vegetables eaten the night before, and you've got the perfect storm. A 2021 report from the European Journal of Neurology confirmed this connection. Researchers found that folks who consumed large amounts of vitamin K and nitrate-rich foods at night had greater blood viscosity and higher early morning stroke incidence compared to those who ate balanced, low vitamin K meals at dinner. There's also the problem of hidden pesticides and heavy metals in leafy greens. When vegetables like spinach or kale are grown in polluted soil, they end up absorbing heavy metals such as lead and cadmium. Over time, these toxins can build up in the bloodstream, damaging the lining of your arteries and brain tissue. Scientists from the University of California discovered that even low-level exposure to cadmium can actually triple the risk of stroke in older adults. And, most people never wash their greens properly, or they eat them raw in salads, making it even worse. But how can you tell if your diet is increasing your stroke risk? The body, sends early warning signs. Dizziness when standing up, temporary blurred vision, tingling in the face or hands, sudden fatigue after eating certain meals. These small symptoms are actually the body's way of saying something is off with your circulation. Unfortunately, most seniors ignore them. They think it's just part of aging. But it's not. It's your blood, honestly, screaming for balance. Doctors now emphasize the idea of nutrient moderation rather than avoidance. You don't need to fear vegetables. You just need to understand which ones to limit, when to eat them, and how to prepare them safely. For example, boiling or steaming spinach can reduce oxalate levels by almost 80%. Combining greens with olive oil or lemon juice, that improves nutrient absorption and reduces clotting risk. Eating small portions instead of large bowls helps maintain consistent vitamin K levels. However, many people still eat their vegetables raw at night, thinking it's better. That's actually one of the worst habits for seniors. Raw vegetables are harder to digest, especially for aging stomachs. They stay longer in the gut, leading to fermentation, gas, and slower nutrient absorption. This can interfere with medications and cause nighttime blood pressure instability. Cooked vegetables, on the other hand, are safer and easier to process for seniors. So, what should you take away from this? Vegetables are powerful, but power always needs control. The same greens that nourish your heart can also endanger your brain if you don't use them wisely. After 60, the rules of nutrition change. What worked in your 30s can harm you in your 60s because your body's internal chemistry has changed. Your arteries are more sensitive, your blood flow is slower, your kidneys are weaker, and your medications add another layer of complexity. That's why you must look at your diet not as a random choice, but as a science, a balance between what helps and what harms. Every vegetable you eat should match your body's condition, because when your blood vessels are clean and flexible, every heartbeat nourishes your brain. But when they're clogged or thickened, every bite could bring you closer to a stroke. The truth is simple. Vegetables don't kill, but ignorance does. And most seniors are still eating blindly, following old habits without realizing their bodies are no longer the same. Now that you understand how some vegetables can turn dangerous after 60, let's start with the top offenders. Spinach, kale, beet greens, and collard greens are at the top of the list. These leafy vegetables are packed with vitamin K, which promotes blood clotting. That's helpful when you're young. But if you're taking blood thinners like warfarin or aspirin, too much vitamin K can cause your blood to clot faster than it should. That means your medication stops working effectively. Even a small change in your daily intake can alter your INR, the measure doctors use to check your blood thickness. Next, let's talk about beets and Swiss chard. These veggies are well known for supporting heart health, mostly because of their nitrate content. But here's the thing. High nitrate levels can actually drop your blood pressure too quickly or make it fluctuate during sleep. For older adults, this can reduce oxygen to the brain and potentially lead to dizziness, fainting, or in rare cases, even stroke. So, eating beets in moderation is totally safe, but I really suggest avoiding heavy beet salads or juices, especially late at night. Another one to be careful with is broccoli. It's just fantastic for immunity, but it's also pretty high in vitamin K. The risk isn't about eating it, but rather about suddenly eating a lot of it all at once. Doctors really recommend consistency here. Don't go from eating no greens to huge servings overnight. Your body and your medications need a steady, predictable pattern. Pickled or fermented vegetables, like sauerkraut or kimchi, can have some hidden risks too. They're usually packed with salt. Too much sodium can make your blood pressure rise quickly, putting extra strain on the arteries in your brain. Seniors with high blood pressure should really try to keep sodium under 1,500 milligrams a day. That's actually less than 1 teaspoon of salt in total. So, what's the right approach? Eat vegetables cooked and balanced. Boil or steam leafy greens to reduce oxalates and nitrates. Pair them with heart-friendly fats like olive oil or avocado. Add garlic or turmeric. Both help keep blood thin naturally. Most importantly, avoid eating high vitamin K vegetables right before bed. The safest time to eat them is at lunch, when your body is most active. Remember this simple rule. It's not about avoiding vegetables, it's about understanding your body's limits. After 60, your diet should protect your brain, not stress it. Now let's shift to the positive side, the vegetables that can actually protect your heart, brain, and arteries after 60. These are foods that improve blood flow, reduce clot risk, and help your body fight inflammation naturally. First on the list is garlic. It may not be a vegetable in the usual sense, but it belongs to the allium family and acts like natural medicine. Garlic contains allicin, a compound that helps lower blood pressure, dissolve tiny clots, and clean plaque from arteries. Studies from the Journal of Nutrition show that daily garlic intake reduces stroke risk by up to 30% in older adults. You can add 1 crushed clove to cooked vegetables or soups daily for a gentle, natural blood-thinning effect. Next is onion. Onions are rich in quercetin, a powerful antioxidant that strengthens blood vessel walls and prevents them from hardening. They also balance cholesterol levels, improving circulation throughout the body. Cooking onions lightly brings out their benefits without irritating digestion. Tomatoes are another powerful protector. They contain lycopene, which helps prevent oxidation of LDL cholesterol, the process that clogs arteries. Cooked tomatoes, like in soups or sauces, release more lycopene than raw ones. That means a warm bowl of tomato soup is more protective than a cold salad. Then comes carrots. Their beta-carotene and potassium help maintain flexible blood vessels and stable blood pressure. Regular intake supports smoother blood flow to the brain and lowers the risk of both ischemic and hemorrhagic strokes. You can also add bell peppers, which are high in vitamin C and antioxidants. These help your arteries stay elastic and reduce inflammation. The more colorful your plate, red, yellow, green, the better your vascular health. Finally, one of the most powerful stroke-fighting vegetables is celery. It contains compounds called phthalides that relax artery walls and increase blood flow. In one Chinese study, seniors who ate celery daily saw a significant reduction in both blood pressure and stroke cases. The key takeaway is this. After 60, not all vegetables are equal. Some require caution, others give protection. It's all about balance and timing. Eat greens wisely, stay consistent, and listen to your body. Your diet can be your strongest defense or your quietest danger. Make every meal count. Keep your arteries clear, your brain sharp, and your heart strong. If this video helped you, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share it with someone over 60 who needs this life-saving information, because awareness can prevent the next stroke.